Hey, this is Chris, aka Stitch. Welcome to the new week. So this morning, first thing I see, 7:30, 7:40 this morning in Chardon, Ohio, a young man walked to school and shot 5 other students. Now this breaks my heart because this is one of the big things. I hate seeing stuff like this. Especially, I hate seeing it just across the board, but I really hate seeing it when it involves young people like this. A 17-year-old and a bunch of other teenagers, and this is senseless violence happened. But if you haven't been following the story, as I said this morning in Chardon, Ohio, it's about 30 miles away from Cleveland, Ohio. A young man, as I said, shot 5 students. 4 are in the hospital, 1 is actually killed. Now, I really don't know all the true reasons of all this stuff. I've read anything from one of the young men that he shot was dating his ex-girlfriend, but I've also read that he was bullied. I know that he doesn't have his parents, he's living with his grandparents, and so forth. And I actually went onto his Facebook while it was up, it's now gone, and looked at some of the stuff on there, and he had some writings that he had put on there, and which were, you read, they were dark, and they were about him. And definitely he saw himself definitely as an outcast, which is also what was also stated by one of the witnesses, that he was an outcast kid that was bullied. Looking at this, I hate bullying, alright? I hate that fact that people don't understand their self-worth to the point that they're willing to take out their insecurities on other people. Which in turn just causes this great, big, huge, chaotic effect. It just passes down. And then, unfortunately, this is some of the turnout. My heart goes out, and my prayers go out to all those involved. I mean, those who have lost or suffered through this traumatic event. All the victims. My prayer and heart goes out to TJ, the one who actually committed this heinous act. I don't condone anything that he's done. This is definitely the wrong way to go. Last week I read a story about, I think it was an 11-year-old girl that got into a fight with like another one and died because of the fight. I mean, it didn't say there were any weapons involved, but think about it. This is getting pretty nuts and crazy. Seeing these young people doing it, and this isn't like something that's just brand new. Now, I know a lot of people out there, especially Christian families, would say, well, this wouldn't happen if we had prayer in school. Anything that's just lame. Don't go with that excuse. That has nothing to do with it. Prayer, to be honest with you, should be starting at home. It should be outside the school walls. And I know it's hard because we have so many working families and everything, but the thing is, that's where it starts. And it starts with the parents. And the thing is, as a youth pastor, I know we do have people that bring their kids in, and they expect the youth pastor to fix everything and to teach them all the right stuff. But the thing is, we only have so much time and influence on them. Mom and dad have the greatest influence. And the thing is how you act and treat your children and act around your children, that's what they're going to pick up. And the thing is, we need to see this bullying thing stop, but it's going to start at home. It's got to start at home. Whether you're a parent or a guardian or grandparent, I mean, we got to step this up as far as showing these kids how much they truly are worth and how much they're loved. Now, as youth pastors, we should also reach out to those who are having trouble, those that don't have family, like this kid TJ, he only had his grandparents. You know, that's not the same as mom and dad. But, you know, we ought to take that time to try to be mentors to some of those. And I know it's hard, it's time-consuming, but that's part of the ministry right there, doing that. So if you are some sort of leader, whether youth pastor or a Boy Scout leader or whatever, we have to take that time to try to invest what we can to those kids. Especially those who don't have mom and dad, or mom or dad in their life, because they really need that. As I said, this really just irritates me to see this stuff happening. It breaks my heart. Now, I don't understand why he would just reach out. I mean, he apparently got pushed to a breaking point, and then that was it. And I hate seeing that. My prayers are for healing and peace for all these families that are going through this traumatic event. My prayer is also for peace and healing in his life. Maybe you agree with that, maybe you don't. But the thing is, he needs the prayer just as much as anyone else. Anyway, that's all I have for right now. I'm going to get out of here. Semper Fido.